Welcome to my office. Yeah, this is my little office right here, my humble abode where all the magic happens. I really enjoy being in this space. I'm glad that I even have a space. For the longest time in my life, I never had a space, so it's kind of cool to just hang out here, do some work on the computer, or make videos like this, and overall just have a good time with it. I've been experimenting a lot with how I wanted to make this video. First, I was thinking about doing it outside, but lo and behold, there just happens to be a big wasp nest that I guess appeared overnight, and I have to take care of that. And I literally saw the wasp out there just now, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go inside. Not really gonna deal with that. And then I came inside and I thought about making it on the sofa that I have here, but I don't know. I feel like standing up allows for me to be more. I can move more, and I like moving more. I like to try and show examples where I can. So I'm inside now, so let's hope it works out this time. Okay, so the title of this video is called Don't Bite More Than You Can Chew. And the reason I'm titling it this way is because today I was scouring Reddit. So I'm a little bit of a Reddit user. I have been using Reddit for probably 10 years, so I guess it's kind of not right to say I'm a little bit of a Reddit user, because if I was a little bit of a Reddit user, I wouldn't be using it for 10 years. And today I stumbled upon a pretty cool and interesting subreddit called Social Skills, which is great because that's one of the main things that I hope to teach on this channel and to sort of help guide people through in their lives and with other friendships and relationships and so on and so forth. So I've been scouring social skills a little bit, trying to get some content, trying to see what people are struggling with. And there's one sort of pattern that I noticed, and that pattern was that people, and it makes sense, right? Because nowadays in this social media world that we live in, there's so much data thrown at us, and everyone wants to be successful. And typically, what you see on social media is someone's end state. And what I mean by that is, and this is the pattern, people are lonely, or they feel lost, or they feel like, how can I improve my social skills? How can I get better at this? And they just see someone else doing really well at it, and they feel like they can achieve that overnight. When in reality, it takes years, months, years, you name it, depending on how much practice you put into it, it's going to take a certain amount of time. But what I want people to realize is that's okay. Some of the examples that I've been giving, I've been responding to some of these people on these subreddits that are talking about them feeling lonely and they're having issues maintaining and fostering new friendships and relationships, and they feel isolated from their group. Is that, hey, it takes time. Don't worry so much about other people. Instead, focus on yourself. So that's really the first step, I think, in improving your social skills, working on yourself. And I might touch that on a later video, or maybe in this video, just get a little more into detail about it. But don't bite more than you can chew, right? I like to give the example of progressive overload. If any of you go to the gym, you know that when you go to the gym, there's a concept called progressive overload, which means that every single time I go, there's some vector of my workout that I'm going to increase or make harder than the previous time, right? So it might be more weight lifted or more reps done in a specific set, or the tempo that I'm going at, right? I might go slower to leave more tension on my muscles over time. And if I do that every single time for weeks, months, years, I'm going to get stronger. That's what progressive overload is. And the same thing applies to social skills. There's a pattern that we have to follow for progressive overload to make sure that every single social interaction we get, maybe we make it a little bit harder than the one before, and that's definitely going to put us on the path for success. So what I want you to do is, if you suffer from this, if you feel like, how can I get better, or I feel lonely, I feel left out, well, there's a couple vectors, a couple paths that we can go down, right? The first one is, well, working on yourself. So if you feel like you don't have anything to contribute, maybe look inward and ask yourself, well, do I have any hobbies? What is it that I do on my day to day that makes me interesting, right? Make yourself interesting. Make it so people are interested in learning more about you. Maybe start going to the gym, or pick up a hobby, or go out and buy yourself new clothing, or just do new things that you haven't done before. Get out of your comfort zone, and then these things will lead to you building more confidence and make it easier for you to have conversations with people. Or if we go the other route, it's pick the simplest thing that you can work on for a social conversation and try that out. So I think probably one of the easiest things to work on would probably be smiling, right? So let's have some scenarios here, right? So imagine you just met me and I'm in an office, and you see me approaching you and my arms are crossed and I'm sort of looking down. I'm just saying like, hey, you know, yeah, day was good. It was cool, right? So you might not really want to talk to me too much. If my arms are crossed, if I'm looking down, I'm not even making eye contact with you, you might not really feel like you're connected to me, right? Now, I think even just a smile, like you can probably still have your arms crossed. You can maybe look down, but if you just look up once and do a smile, like it might help a lot more. So something like, Oh, hey, yeah, weekend went well. How about yours? Oh, sweet. That's cool. And typically when you smile, it's gonna make you a little more confident because when you smile, you actually just feel better. It actually, I don't know the psychology behind it, but I do know that smiling makes you feel better, and probably because of that feeling, you're going to end up doing a lot better. So just practice one little thing like that, right? Ask yourself, okay, this week I just want to smile at one more person than I typically do, and maybe that amount is zero, right? Maybe you don't smile at anyone today. I know people like this. I have been like this myself. At the end of the day, I'm a human. I'm not going to just go around, like a big grin on my face, like smiling, hey, hey, I mean, smiling at everyone. Like it just doesn't work that way. So pick something that's super easy, like smiling. Or maybe it's the fact of like, okay, maybe this week I'm not going to cross my arms. So I cross my arms when I talk to people. This week I'm going to try in one conversation to have my arms by my side, and that's it. And just do it once. Don't bite more than you can chew. Because what happens? Let's say you aim super high and you say, okay, not only am I going to smile, I'm going to be more relaxed body language. I'm going to put my arms by my side. I'm going to look at them in the eye when they talk to me. I'm going to actively listen. I'm going to follow up with some really engaging questions. If you try and do all that, the minute that you fail, you're just going to think and revert back to your original self and just tell yourself, you know what, I'm really not meant for this. And you're just going to retract back into your hole and never really give yourself the opportunity to get out of it. So again, don't bite more than you can chew. Scale down, start off with something that's really simple, like smiling, or just pick one of those things and just focus on that one thing. And maybe you say, okay, this week I'm gonna smile at one more person. Week after, I'm gonna smile at two people. And then maybe one week you're feeling good. You're like, okay, this week I aimed for three, but guess what? I got four. I got five. And as you start getting these wins, I guarantee you the first time you do it, the first smile that you do, especially if the other person smiles back at you, you're gonna think to yourself, man, did I just do that? Did me, the person that was feeling lonely last week, not even know where to go from here? Am I really making a difference now? And the answer, is going to be yes. You're going to really look inward and tell yourself, I can do this. And you're just going to be excited to do it. So that's the message I was hoping to get across today. Again, summary, scale down. If you're lonely, if you don't know where to start with social skills, you're having trouble thinking about where to go next, you scale down, you pick one thing, body language, arms crossed, maybe put them next to your side. Maybe you decide to smile, right? Big smile on your face. Yeah, it feels weird to do it on the camera. I've never really done this before like this, but smile, or maybe make eye contact instead of looking down. Maybe you look into someone's eyes as they're talking to you. Or maybe typically, the way that you answer, you just say, oh, cool. Someone says, oh, yeah, I did this on the weekend. You say, oh, cool. Maybe instead of saying, oh, cool, you say something like, oh, wow, that's so neat. I've never done that before. I've never heard about that before. Can you tell me more? Or, wow, that's so cool. I've done that before. Isn't it so fun? I just did it like 2 weeks ago. Maybe we should do it together sometime. Something like that. So I really hope this helps all of you out. I'm a new YouTube channel. I'm exploring social skills and positive mindset, and this is something that is different for myself. If this is your first time watching me, I actually come from a tech background. I'm a software engineer. That's what I do. I was just doing it today, and I love what I do. I love the people I work with and the challenges that I face, but I thought to myself, I want to do something different. I always thought I'd be making tech-related content, but I feel like doing this is more meaningful, and it's something I've always had a passion for. I enjoy helping people, so if you like this style of content and you're getting value from it, then make sure to leave me a comment. Let me know where you are in your social skills journey, what it is you're struggling with, and how I can better help you. And maybe I can make a video related to whatever you're currently facing. Now, before I go, there's one cool thing. So I don't have any professional experience in any of this. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a mental health coach. I haven't been to a seminar or anything like this trying to help people. It'd be cool if one day I could, right? If I can actually make an impact in people's lives and really help them get out of this rut and improve their social skills. But in the meantime, I figured, I want to go deep on this. So let me pick the easiest way to do that, and it's by reading. So I got probably one of the most famous books on this topic, which is right here. So How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to read this. I'm going to do a deep dive on this. And probably I'm thinking for each one of the different chapters, I'd like to make a video about it. And maybe I'll give you some experiences based on each of the principles here, and maybe give some real world examples of how you can apply it in your everyday life. And honestly, we're just going to have fun with it. So again, if this is the type of content that you like, you want to learn more, you want to improve your social skills, develop a positive attitude and mindset, be sure to follow me. There'll be a lot more content coming along the way. And yeah, I just hope you guys have a great day. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later.